Namaskar friends, welcome to MIIAS. Friends, today $1 million question is why a student choose geography as an optional subject in the civil services examination. Choosing geography can be a right optional, can help you and give you an edge in the prelims paper 1, mains GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4, again writing an essay, and finally in the interview. Geography questions are more of a interdisciplinary nature, rather it is intradisciplinary. In the prelims examination, clubbing with the environment, roughly 21 to 25 questions are asked that pertains to the domain of geography. For an example, from Geography of India, we have a question from soil erosion and conservation method. Then we have a question from vegetation, especially the species of the trees, that can be read from the G.C. Leong's fundamental book. Again, locations are very important questions. Locations related to the national park, Ramsar site, tourist places on the river banks and hill stations. Then we have a question from rivers and its tributaries, especially the South Indian rivers that are flowing into the Arabian Sea can be a good probable question. Then we have questions from mineral, industry, energy, rivers, multi-purpose river valley projects. Then we have questions from the crops. In the cropping season, crop pattern, cropping combination, and cropping intensity. These are the questions which comes regular basis in the preliminary examination. Then we have interlinking of rivers. Though it is a question from the current affair, but again that pertains to the domain of geography. There are questions from animal husbandry and animals species. Many a times it has been a practice to ask question from export and import of your crops, export and import of minerals, production of minerals, production of crops, etc. Above topics can be also read in the international context as well. So this is how geography optional is helpful in the preliminary examination. Coming to the mains point of view, in the GS paper 1, the questions are asked from integrated farming, watershed development management. Then we have question from global warming. We have questions from degradation of the mangrove forest. So these questions pertains to the domain of geography. In the paper 2, there are several questions that can be written in the light of geography itself. Coming to the paper 3, there is an exclusive section which is called environment and disaster management, that is exclusively from the area of geography itself. In the paper 4, ethical issues of the tribal areas, corruptions. All these questions can be written very well if a person has a knowledge of geographical thought. If you know the word gimmicks, if you have good grasp of word gimmicks like phenomenological approach, structuralist approach, you can do excellent in the ethical issues paper. Then writing an essay. Many a times there are topics related to the social issues. Geography is again here helpful. If you have a good knowledge of geography in terms of population and its composition, age and its age structure, then if you know the caste, ethnicity, religion, industrial development in sync with the geographical terrain, geographical places, and the geographical boundaries. You can write the social issues essay very well. Again, there are definitely a question from environment and the environmental issues. Environmental issues can obviously be written very well with the support of geography. Coming to the interview section. In the interview, if a person knows the places and locations and the geographical boundaries very well, then he can do fantastically well in the interview itself. For an example, if you know the locations and the geographical boundaries of the West Asia, you can easily identify the problem and give the solutions to the interviewee. So this is how geography is supportive in terms of clearing your UPSC or the civil services examination. Friends, geography is that's why opted by a student of multidiscipline. It is also helpful for the engineering graduates because it is always said art of writing answer in geography is basically a science. और तभी तो ऐसा कहते हैं हम लोग कि मेरे अंदाज ही मेरी शख्सियत को बयां करती है. Friends, this will be a wise decision to opt geography as an optional subject. So please log on to our website www.miiasindia.com.